crime with these budget cuts?
Willie, we have to keep people safe. The way we engineered this budget is to make sure we can keep our patrol strength consistent. We're going to save money in a lot of ways, but still keep the number of officers that we need on patrol in our communities. Our biggest problem right now is that the pandemic has shut down the criminal justice system, so our courts are not really operating. Those who need to be off the streets are not at this point. That's a lot of what the commissioner's talking about. We need to fix that underlying problem. We need to see prosecutions of gun violence by our DAs. There's a lot that has to happen quickly to address the safety issue. But at the same time, we have to recognize that when we're investing in our young people, we are going at another one of the issues around crime. If we don't give positive alternatives to young people, police have been saying this for generations. If you don't put positive alternatives out there for young people, you're not going to be safer.
Mike Barnicle has a question for you, Mr. Mayor. Mike?
Mr. Mayor, the former resident of Trump Tower, where you are thankfully going to paint Black Lives Matter on Fifth Avenue, he is basically running for re-election under the premise that he's trying to convince people, white people especially, that he and he alone is the person standing between us, white people, and them. He's been doing it consistently throughout his entire career, but now he's doing it consistently as President of the United States. When that happens, and it is happening, I would submit, does that not put enormous pressure on any police department, but in this case, the New York City Police Department, enormous pressure on them? And how do you deal with the inequity of that pressure on one specific municipal unit, the New York Police Department?
It's a great, great question, Mike. And you're right, Donald Trump is following the footsteps of Strom Thurmond and George Wallace in trying to tell white America he will be their white savior. And I think it's incumbent upon all of us as white people to say we're not looking for a savior. We're not looking for Donald Trump to keep a racist institutional reality in place. We are actually trying to transform this country. If we don't transform America, we're all going to be hurt. It can't be the America it was meant to be. And so I think when it comes back here, what it says to me is for our police, we've got to recognize, by the way, we have a majority people of color police force here in New York City. So we have to honor and respect the crucial role our police play, but also recognize that there's been a long history of inequality and racist realities in police forces all over the country, that we have to address it, cleanse it, change it. And that's actually the pathway forward to safety for everyone. When police and community can feel real, consistent, mutual respect is when officers are safer and communities are safer. We've been doing that with a neighborhood policing strategy in the city. We've seen the way it heals, but we've got to make more change now, because if we don't deepen that reform, we will never be able to be as safe as we need to be.
All right, Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for being with us.